take a deep breath in, and on the outward breath, close your eyes. And as your eyes close, notice that you can give more of your attention to the sound of my voice. I want you to breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation, and as you exhale, just get a sense that tension, stress, anxiety is leaving your body in your outward breath, enabling you to go deeper and deeper relaxed just by breathing in and breathing out. Notice that as you breathe in, it feels that you're bringing in a sensation of resourcefulness, and as you exhale, that any feelings of tension around your body, perhaps your eyes, your forehead, your neck, your shoulders, just feels like it's melting away and then leaving your body, almost like vapor in your outward breath. So just by breathing in and breathing out, you're feeling more resourceful and more relaxed as tension, breath by breath, leaves your body. And as your physical body relaxes, your imagination becomes more active. I want you to think back to a time where you had time for yourself, time to focus on your priorities and what was important to you. I want you to think back to the apartment that you were living in back then. I want you to get a sense that when there were less distractions, less interruptions, when you were in a good place, you were able to make good decisions. I want you to imagine you're back in that place now, and I want you to imagine you're opening the fridge and you're just seeing it filled with delicious, healthy, lean foods. I want you to get a sense that back then your body felt different, perhaps less stress, less tension, perhaps leaner. I want you to get a sense that in this moment you had access to resources that are still accessible to you now. I want you to find somewhere in this apartment that was the most comfortable, relaxing place to rest. Maybe a bed, maybe a chair, maybe a sofa. And when you found that place in that apartment, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine placing yourself on that piece of furniture, positioning your body in a way that feels comfortable. And very soon I will count down from 10 to 1, and with each descending number you will feel 10% deeper and deeper relaxed. Starting to count 10, just focusing on the tension or any sensations around your eyelids, eyebrows, and around your eyes. As you breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation, then as you exhale, give permission to let go of that tension. Feeling all muscles around your eyes just relax. Now. 9. Now focusing on the muscles in your forehead. Muscles that you don't normally use. Muscles responsible for facial expressions like surprise and concern. But here in this moment, in this apartment, at this time, you don't need any of those muscles and none of that tension. So breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation. And again, let go of that tension. Feeling like you can really relax the muscles in your face. 8. Focusing now on the muscles in your jaw, around your mouth and your nostrils. If your teeth are touching, there's too much tension. So as you breathe in, become aware of any tension. And that's it. 8, just release that tension now. Just feeling like the mechanics of your jaw are being oiled and loosened so you can release that tension now. 7, focusing now on the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. I want you to use the power of your imagination to picture crystals of ice and imagine muscle tension in your neck and your shoulders as ice crystals infused in your muscles, making them solid. But as you breathe in that resourceful feeling of relaxation, imagine those crystals of ice melting away, thereby enabling you to release that tension now. That's it. Neck and shoulder tension just releasing now and feeling that relaxation. 6, going all the way down your arms to the very tips of your fingers. Maybe noticing the occasional twitch or movement. Just that's what happens when tension is released. That's it. Arms feeling limp, loose, heavy, almost like the limbs of a puppet with no strings. That's it. As you breathe in, just imagine that resourceful feeling of relaxation is even relaxing your internal organs. Heart relaxing now. Stomach relaxing now. Lungs relaxing now. Even your diaphragm, that muscle responsible for hiccups and deep breathing. Allow that muscle to relax now. Feeling so relaxed it even goes into your gut. And sometimes what we feel is like anxiety is just twitches of muscles in our digestive system that can be released now. 4, that relaxation now spreading into your legs. Sit all the way down your legs. 3 and then 2. And I want you to imagine what it would be like to fall asleep in that apartment on that piece of furniture and drift inside your own imagination, accessing different memories. Now 1, feeling deeply relaxed, so relaxed in fact, that you can start to dream. It's just in your imagination, this all is. But imagination is powerful. Imagination is the interface between your conscious and subconscious mind. In the same way that a screen might be the interface between you and the processing power of a computer, your imagination is the interface between your conscious and your subconscious mind, and a memory is just a form of imagination. I want you to recall a time when you were eating well. Imagine shopping for that organic meat, lean protein. Remember those delicious meals that you prepared back then. It wasn't a punishment. It wasn't undesirable to eat delicious, lean, healthy food. It was enjoyable. And maybe it was just 2 or 3 days while your body adjusted from a diet that had more carbohydrates to less carbohydrates. But when it made that adjustment, don't you remember how much better food tasted? Too much sugar and refined carbohydrates is like watching a movie with the brightness turned all the way up. You get a sense that something's there, but you can't really see what it is. And as you reduce the amount of carbohydrates and sugar in your diet, the brightness turned down, and you were able to get a true sense of how good food tasted. You remember those lean, organic meats, cooked the way you liked them. And by doing that, you were giving your body the ability to satiate the hunger, but you were giving your muscles those amino acids required, the building blocks of strength and cellular repair, was given to your body so it could enable you to get stronger. And sometimes you complemented those lean proteins with healthy fats, the avocados, the oils, nuts. And in doing so, you gave your body a source of energy. But this energy wasn't like the carbohydrate newspaper on a bonfire that gives you a burst of energy and then it disappears. Energy that comes from proteins and fats is more like a log on a bonfire. It takes longer to catch light, but when it does, it gives you slow, sustained energy for hours and hours. But in doing so, you're training your body to understand that there are two different sources of energy. There is the energy that comes from the food that you eat, and there is the energy that you have stored on your body. Your body can store sugar as glycogen in your blood that just lasts maybe 2 or 3 days. Your body can store protein in your body, in your muscle cells. But the main source of energy that your body stores is in your body fat. And currently you have almost 50,000 calories stored there in your body, ready to be used, to put to use for incredible experiences and to make your life better and your body stronger. I want you to imagine how good you would feel if you accidentally discovered that you had a bank account with $50,000 in that you'd completely forgotten about. That would be a pleasant surprise. You could put that to have fun experiences and do fun things, and you have unlocked a bank account of energy that you'd forgotten about that has 50,000 calories of energy. There are millions of people around the world that don't have sufficient energy to really move, let alone exercise. And here you are with 50,000 calories of energy stored in your body fat cells. And as you eat more proteins and healthy fats, you're lifting the invisibility cloak over that source of energy. You are unlocking that bank account, making that energy usable for you. And what if you could use that stored body fat energy to do more exercise that in turn not only makes you leaner, but trains your body to be stronger too? The average 2-hour workout uses perhaps about 500 to 1,000 calories, depending on the intensity. And I wonder, with 50,000 calories, how many workouts do you get to do, putting that stored energy to use? I want you to think back to a time where you were at your most determined. It doesn't have to be related to exercise or fitness. You could be determined about a relationship. You could be determined about a business goal. You could be determined about anything, but I want you to think back to a time when you were at your most determined. And when you can recall such a memory, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to step into that body and feel how good it feels to feel determined. Because sometimes what it takes to feel determined is a barrier, a block, an obstacle. Because without that, determination is not required. Determination is only required when the road is difficult, when there are challenges. And in your future, there will be things that mean that exercising, getting stronger is not easy. But whenever you detect setbacks, obstacles, and challenges, that will now trigger this feeling of determination. Because when you fast forward to that time when you felt determined, didn't it make the accomplishment and the achievement all the more satisfying? The obstacles increased your feeling of fulfillment when you overcame them. You would feel more accomplished if you exercised, if you had to go further to find that workout. A jog in the sunshine will not give you the same feeling of accomplishment and achievement as a jog in a storm. The more the adversity, the bigger the challenge, the more you will feel determined, and therefore the more accomplished you will feel. You are building a different way of thinking so that the challenge is what makes you smile, because that's what activates the determination. And by putting that determination to use, you get to feel even better when you have that magic combination of tiredness and accomplishment. I want you to think of a different time in your life where you felt at your most tenacious. A time where you had to be flexible with your approach to achieve an outcome important to you. And when you can recall a time like that, let me know by nodding your head. Find yourself back in that body, feeling how good it feels to feel tenacious, that tenacity. Tenacity requires creativity, but it also requires sensory acuity, the ability to notice what's happening and to change your approach. And sometimes you won't need tenacity because the ability to do exercise is just very close to you. But there will be times where your first or second choice of getting stronger and leaner and more powerful just isn't there. What if you go to the gym and the gym is closed? Do you give up? Or do you choose to go for a jog? If you go to the park, someone's using the equipment that you want. Tenacity is choosing to do something different that still is beneficial for you. You are unlocking tenacity and determination, but also the ability to know which is more useful. When do you stubbornly pursue something no matter what gets in your way? And when do you decide to try something else that would give you even more benefit? And realize that it doesn't matter which one you choose, because both are beneficial, but they will each give different feelings of accomplishment when you do them. I want you to think of a time in your life that you felt the most powerful you have ever felt. Not power from a controlling perspective, but powerful from a sense of strength and empowerment, that you felt powerful, you felt in control of your life, you felt strong. And when you can recall a moment like that, let me know by nodding your head. Find yourself back in your body, feeling that powerfulness. Locate where it is, perhaps your heart, your chest, your head. There'll be a location of where you feel powerful. Expand that power, and then, while maintaining that feeling of power, Imagine you are doing pull-ups. You could feel your body raising and falling, that your arms are getting stronger, but feel powerful when you're doing it. And then chin-ups. Similar movement, different hand position, and yet you're still feeling powerful. Teleport yourself perhaps to a squat rack. Feel the weight of the bar on your shoulder blades. Feel your body sinking down, legs parallel. And then as you lift it back up, feel that power, feel that strength, and get a sense that power is just another name for strength. And strength requires resistance. If it's easy, it doesn't make you stronger. This applies to every area of your life. The only way you can get weaker is through avoidance. And you're not weak. You're strong. You have too many examples and references in your life to know that you are strong. A strong character, a strong mind. And now your body will start to reflect the strength you have in different areas. And every time you create resistance by lifting or pulling your own body weight, resistance by overcoming a challenge to do something important, resistance by lifting a weight higher or lower and moving it. That resistance, that pressure creates the strength and the emotion of feeling powerful. It's better to do something than not do something. And every time you exercise your body, you are either conditioning, toning, or increasing strength. You are exactly where you are right now. And while you can't change the past, you can change the present and you can influence the future. The more that you exercise, the better you will feel, and the more you are rewarding and giving a gift to your future self. You are unlocking all the resources to start a new journey. No more snakes and ladders. This is about building something. Building a strong body, a strong mind, a strong character. And don't be surprised if when you exercise more, completely unrelated areas of your life also improve. That's just what happens. It's impossible to improve one area of your life without it having a ripple effect into many other areas of your life. And if your unconscious mind is ready to improve all areas of your life by improving this one area of your life, let me know by nodding your head. And then find yourself back in that apartment, climbing up off that piece of furniture, but feeling different. Feeling that you have unlocked valuable resources that will take your life in a really profound, powerful, and strong direction. And then realize that apartment is still your imagination. It's now time to return to the present, listening to my voice right now. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're in your own physical body, firmly in the present right now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you will awaken feeling that you've unlocked valuable resources and, more importantly, an effective strategy to take your future in exactly the direction you want to take it. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.